It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're with your Feel Good Breakfast show. It is Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, although travel and tourism are one of the areas that are off the table for much of the global population at the moment, the people of Durban, they're looking forward to the future with a spirit of optimism. Phillip Sithole, Deputy City Manager, joins us this morning to chat about the wonders of eThekwini and Durban Tourism's coronavirus recovery approach. Good morning, Mr. Sithole. Thanks so much for making time.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me.
It must be so difficult, Mr. Sithole, to promote tourism during lockdown. What are some of the challenges that you are facing at the moment?
Well, I think in as much as Corona is coming with its own challenges, but it's also forcing us to think differently. And we take these challenges as challenges that are going to take us to another level. Because we'll be more fresher in our ideas and we'll have to do things differently. But of course, we do have challenges. One of our challenges currently is that we're estimating that by this time, we would have been able to get close to 250,000 visitors to eThekwini. That is the period between March and May. Obviously, because of Corona, all of those numbers, we did not achieve them. Then we are anticipating that we're still going to lose more hundreds of thousands of people not coming to Durban. And we have lost more than 700 million of direct spend from tourists. So it is a sad situation, and that we've got thousands of people who are staying at home. Tourism industry directly in eThekwini directly employs more than 60,000 people. I'm talking about full-time employees. This does not include the number of employees that get jobs during major events or when tourism is at the highest peak. So we are really battling and struggling as the city in as far as tourism is concerned.
Some really big challenges there, Mr. Sithole, but certainly an opportunity
Yes.
for eThekwini and Durban to look at how they can creatively bounce back from this entire situation. I mean, we know that Durban is known for big annual events that we all look forward to. I'm talking about the Vodacom Durban July, for example, the Comrades Marathon as well. What's the status on these events, and what are you going to be doing to keep Durban top of mind for tourists during the lockdown, of course, post-lockdown?
One of the things that we have been doing is to ensure that people must not forget about us, and we must be able to make sure that wherever our visitors are, they consider us, and they must consider us as the first stop when we reach a particular level of lockdown, where maybe visitors will be allowed or business tourism will be allowed to take place. Going back to the issue of major events, because we are known for hosting major international events. All of those big events, they've been postponed. And I need to emphasize that point, that they've not been cancelled, but they've been postponed until we negotiate with event organizers. And then at the right time, we will issue new dates. But in as far as Durban July is concerned, Durban Tourism is working on a virtual experience. We'll give details as we move along. It's going to be very interesting.
I think that the future certainly is exciting. But let's talk about, what is currently being put in place to boost tourism for industry recovery as far as those small businesses and indeed big ones as well are concerned, and obviously with the knock-on effect that's been suffered as a result of the COVID-19.
Yeah, well, the city 2 weeks ago launched an economic recovery plan, which was launched by the mayor of eThekwini, Councillor Police Kaunda. That plan has various pillars, and one of those pillars is around the tourism industry. And we understand that major businesses and also some, in fact, all small businesses in the industry, including event organizers, have been severely affected by this pandemic. So the city then took a decision that some businesses, they must be given some form of relief. The bed and breakfast guest houses, lounges, they've been given a relief in the sense that they will not be paying business rates during this period. The second intervention is that all businesses in terms of accommodation going forward, at least for a period of 12 months, top of the list when we book for accommodation for people that are invited by the city to come to Durban. First priority will be bed and breakfast businesses. The third area of intervention, it's around partnerships with industry. And we have already started that campaign. It's an online campaign. The next phase is which we hope to finalize this week, is how do we use Durban talent to market establishments in Durban, establishments as well as experiences. So we will be talking to groups like Ladysmith, Black Mambazo and others on how do we perform in an empty playhouse, but connected online so that people can enjoy that kind of music. I'm using them as one of examples because they are an international group.
Absolutely.
So these are some of the things that we're doing in as far as tourism is concerned. But the plan goes beyond tourism.
There's a lot of talent, and there's definitely a lot to see in Durban. Will we say that Durban is South Africa's playground that is indeed an offer that is not just based on claims, it's a fact. Thank you so much to you, Deputy City Manager, Mr. Phillip Sithole, for your time this morning.
Thank you, and don't forget to stay at home, but when lockdown is gone, the first place to visit is the city of Durban. We're waiting for you.
Shona khona eDurban siyabonga kakhulu. From international tourists to those that are homegrown, everyone loves experiencing Durban, and you can hear it in the city manager's words. The warmest place to be, indeed, without a doubt, with the national lockdown in full effect at the moment. Right now is the perfect time to let your fingers do the sightseeing. Stay home and see the city online by going on www.visitdurban.travel to go, or rather go onto their social media at DBN Tourism for more. Winter or spring, summer or autumn, Durban is always the warmest place to be.